From where we stand, looking at the changes, the frustrations directed at the office of the Deputy President for the last 4 years, what happened yesterday is just but an escalation of what has been happening. I want to urge all civil servants and state officers that in this republic, all of us are guided by the law, by the Constitution, acts of parliament, customs, and the way this country has been governed all along. We want to ask all public servants, resist the temptation to be used to execute political vendetta. This country is going to be here beyond the elections. You will be held to account at a personal level for whatever decisions that you make outside the law. However, I want to take this opportunity to call for calm. It is clear that some of the decisions being made out there are intended to create tension, create mistrust, create an environment of instability, cause a situation where members of the public and the communities will be out there demonstrating because their leaders or their leader is being targeted in this whole arrangement. What I want to urge the people of Nandi, Nandi is a cosmopolitan area. We know what we have gone through as a nation from the previous politically instigated tensions in our country. We made a conscious decision, interestingly led by the president and the deputy, that never again shall blood or lives or property be lost on account of political competition and political differences. It seems to us that that commitment may no longer be the case up there. But we in Nandi County and in Rift Valley region as a whole, and I believe this is the position of every Kenyan, that no blood, no life, no property will ever be lost on account of political competition. And therefore, if any of the public servants are being used or misused to try and create a situation where Kenyans go back on that commitment, I want to give this commitment from Nandi and from the region that that is not going to happen. You will continue escalating your humiliations on the deputy president. You will continue doing what you want to do. But we want to give you that commitment that as a region, as a county, we will never degenerate to a state of chaos or a state of instability or a state where we will mistrust each other. This Nandi is made up of hustlers. You go to Kisumu, there are hustlers. You go everywhere in this country. People are struggling to make a living for themselves. We have no time to engage in political sideshows and run into the trap being set to try and create a region or a nation where people will conflict, on account of the kind of political persecution that we are seeing at the national level. And for the members of public in Nandi, what you saw yesterday is just but one of the many. The Deputy President of Kenya has been humiliated in worse situations than what we saw yesterday. But because of the maturity exhibited by His Excellency the Deputy President, knowing very well and conscious of the decision that he made, and aware that people are trying to drive him to a certain direction, he has resisted the temptation to respond and behave or run into the trap of the people trying to set him up. Now that they are unable to push the Deputy President to the level that they would have wanted him to go, they have decided to carry out reckless decisions that have no serious merit in them in an attempt to try and cause tension and instability within our region and within the country. The good news is that we no longer have fools in this country. People are able to read through the lines. That which you are looking for, you are not going to get it. Certainly you are not going to get it in Nandi, you are not going to get it in Rift Valley, you are not going to get it in Kenya. We will prosecute the issues raised, the illegalities on some of those decisions, the political malice in some of those decisions that are being done. We will prosecute them at the right forums up there. But at the local level, we will ensure that the hustlers continue to eke their living. And that which cuts across, that which brings us together, is the daily struggle that we make. People from different communities, the daily struggle that we make to earn a living and to eke a living. If you saw the kind of demolitions of people's businesses in the middle of a pandemic, the kind of merciless evictions that have been carried out in Kariobangi, in many other places out there, the kind of destruction of people's businesses and livelihoods that have been systematically undertaken in this government, if you are to put that against what the Deputy President is being subjected to, you will realize that Kenyans have been subjected to worse than what we are seeing here. So what we are asking the government of Kenya, led by the President, is that you do not have to work with your deputy on the same side of the coin. What we are asking everybody is to respect the law. That which is entitled, in fact, a retired deputy president or a retired president, a retired vice president, a retired speaker of the National Assembly or the Senate, a retired chief justice is entitled to security. Those are basic entitlements to any servant at that level. So if the deputy president is entitled to absolute security, even when he retires, how do you then engage in a situation where you are taking decisions that appear to undermine the security of the same deputy president who is serving, yet he is entitled to security, maximum proper security, even when he retires? So clearly this is political games that are being played with certain intentions. But what we are telling you is that as a region, as a county, as a people, we will not fall into that trap. I am urging and thanking the people of Nandi and the region that we have maintained calm despite attempts to provoke the region and provoke us into some level of anxiety within the region. We will not fall into that trap. We will work round the clock to ensure that every hustler continues to make a living, as we also prepare ourselves, knowing very well that the election in 2022 is the defining election. Defining in the sense that it is an opportunity for us to correct an economic model that has been used in this country for long, that has served few and increased poverty and marginalized the majority of Kenyans. So as we speak right now, within our region and within the Republic of Kenya, young people are going for IDs. Young people who have IDs are continuously registering themselves as voters. And when that opportunity comes by the IEBC for us to do mass registration, people will register en masse, because we know the weapon we have against our desired goal as a hustler nation is our voters card. The only weapon we have